Welcome.
My question was, when the Edomites got pushed up into the caves, did the Israelites go up there and like teach them and bring them out, try to make them be back part of society or something? Because I don't know how they came up out of the caves and started learning and started conquering everybody.
Okay, I got your question. Well, you read about when that happened. Give me that in Job. I think it's chapter 5.
Job 30.
Yes, Job 30. My bad. Yep, you're right.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me.
Read verse 5.
Verse 5. They were driven forth from among men.
So when you read verse 1, it talked about the younger brother. Jacob was esteemed the firstborn of the Most High. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Israel is the firstborn. So what this is younger is going into right here is speaking of Edom, all right? So read verse 5. Come on, read verse 5 again.
Job 30 and 5.
The they is speaking of Edom. Read.
They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
Read.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth,
Read
and
on.
in the rocks.
So this is when they dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. All right? So now what happened after that? Give me Malachi. Give me Malachi. The book of Malachi, chapter 1 that we just read, and read verse. It's something that they said amongst themselves, all right? We never went up there and taught them nothing. That's not in history. I'm telling you, what I'm showing you is their mindset when they were in the caves, what was going to happen from that time period when they were in the caves until the time when they took back over Europe. You understand? The Bible records that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to lose you.
Now I'm just a little puzzled because, I mean, somebody had to teach them something, right? To come out of the caves.
This is what I'm going to answer the question right here. Here we
Okay.
go. This is what happened.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons.
So God
of the
said he
wilderness.
hated Esau and laid them waste for the dragons. That's when they were in the caves. And they had to fend and survive for themselves like dragons. All right? Read. Come on.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished.
We are poor, impoverished, meaning we don't have resources. We don't have economics, whatever, right? Why? Because they were driven to the caves. You understand? You following?
Yes, sir.
Read, come on.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
So they took it amongst themselves. They weren't taught. They took it amongst themselves to come out of the caves, and through process of times, you have them when they ruled after that. You understand? And they came out of those caves, and they made war with all those men that were there and took over Europe and everything like that. That's why you got Spain and everything. You understand?
Yeah, I understand a little bit better now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the scripture where you want to go to.
Also, history to look up John Hyrcanus. In the Maccabees' time, we forced the Jews to serve us. And during that time, they ended up learning with us. Go to Acts 13 and 1.
The book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch.
You read that part again. They had what?
And
They had
which-
been brought up?
Which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul.
So they came up in the same schools as us. This is from the time period when John Hyrcanus, after that time period during the Hellenization period, they kind of started to assimilate with us, and then they started to rule over us. That's how Herod got that place. But yes, we did teach them again during that period. You understand?
Yeah, I understand that.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Also, when we read in Malachi chapter 1, verse 5, that began what they called the Renaissance era, the rebirth. That's when you had, this was their mindset, and then after that mindset, they had, was it Pope Alexander VI of Rome, with the Borgias and everything, when they started to paint their likenesses on all dark artifacts and artwork and everything. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So at a certain point in time in history, like Captain said, they were learned by us during the John Hyrcanus time, and then they started to during the time of the 1400s, 1300s, they started to paint their likenesses on all dark artifacts. Okay,
Yes,
so that's
sir.
the time period and the scriptures you want to use for that.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Why are some words or phrases in the Bible italicized?
Say that again.
Why are some words or phrases in the Bible in italics?
Book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 18. The princes digged the well. The nobles of the people digged it.
Is that what you wanted? Okay. Go ahead.
The princes digged the well. The nobles of the people digged it by the direction of the lawgiver with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Maranah.
I got you. Yeah, it's emphasizing. It's giving you it says direction. It's emphasizing. You saying how it looks different from the other print? Okay, all right. Read the verse again.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 18. The princes digged the well. The nobles of the people digged it by the direction of the lawgiver.
So it's emphasizing by the direction, emphasizing of what? Read.
By the direction of the lawgiver.
So it's emphasizing no other type of direction, but only by the lawgiver that it gave. Usually when it's, like you said, italic, I didn't know it was called that, but I see what you're saying now. When it's like that, it's emphasizing that this is the context of who did it or why or what's going to take place afterwards, right? So in this case, it's the who did it that gave the direction, which was who? The lawgiver, right? In the verse, right? That's why it's emphasizing, okay? Keep it simple. Okay.
All right, Officer A, will you pull up that article? I want to go a little bit more on what the brother asked about the Edomites being taught. How did they learn our ways, and how did they ultimately take our position? All right, pull that article up. All right, scroll up. No, we'll start at the bottom. This the top of it? All right, yeah, scroll down. So John Hyrcanus, who can see that? Can you see that?
Can they zoom in a little bit?
Yeah.
I can see it somewhat.
Zoom in some, officer. Thank you.
All right. John Hyrcanus says born 175 BC, died 104 BC. High priest and ruler of the Jewish nation from 135 to 134 to 104 BC. Under his reign, the Hasmonean kingdom of Judea in ancient Palestine attained.
Scroll down. Okay, they already got it highlighted. That was just there right there. I read that.
Although he struggled in vain to destroy Ptolemy, he successfully thwarted Syrian incursions by alliance with Rome and conquered the unfriendly neighboring territories of Samaria and Idumea.
So he ruled the Idumeans. Read.
He forced Idumea to convert to Judaism.
He did what?
He forced Idumea to convert to Judaism.
So the way they ended up learning our heritage is because John Hyrcanus forced them into Judaism. Read.
The first example of conversion imposed by the Jews in their history.
Right. So the Most High put it on his spirit for some reason to do that. And ultimately, they end up besetting us. We never had brought people into our ways. But that was how they learned our ways, and then they came into our schools, and then they started to rule over us. Rome put them over us. So that's a little bit more detailed. Like I said, reading to John Hyrcanus, and that'll tell you how they learned our ways.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. I.U.I.C. has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. I.U.I.C, we deliver the truth.